Welcome guys, in today's video we're going to talk about aim training for PUBG, so let's get into it.
First, we're going to explain what the term of specificity means in sports and how it translates to aim training for PUBG. In simple words, it means that if you want to improve at a certain skill, you need to practice that exact skill or very similar things to it.
In the following graph we can see that Fortnite or Apex are not very specific for PUBG.
On the other hand, doing aim training that is specific to PUBG or playing battle royales that have similar gun mechanics will actually improve your aim. Obviously, playing PUBG is going to be the best aim trainer for PUBG. However, since aim training is highly repetitive, it will make us gain more in less time compared to purely playing PUBG. So now that we have a general idea of what we should do, the question is Frenzy tiles worth it? And the simple answer is no. Clicking scenarios and target acquisition are not important aim factor in PUBG. Therefore, it can either be skipped or done for general shoulder to wrist pre-game warm-ups.
Next on the list, attacking bomb site. In my opinion, attacking bomb site is specific to PUBG. It will teach you to always check and clear your corners and will test your reflexes, since in some cases the bots will spawn behind you. Shooting while moving is also one of the focus of this exercise, so you will gain the habit to do it more frequently in PUBG instead of shooting while standing still. In conclusion, do it once every other day and increase the level of difficulty over time. Overall, a 7/10 exercise. Moving on to the next exercise, Pigeon Squash. In general, I do not do this exercise frequently. However, more and more players are using shotguns in this game, and therefore it would be nice to train a little bit here to improve your flicking and target acquisition. In my opinion, the cool thing about this exercise is that it will teach you how to shoot at players that will jump in front of your face because they know that you have a shotgun. In conclusion, also this exercise, do it every other day. Overall, I give this exercise an 8/10. Up next, one of the most important exercises, smooth tracking. Smooth tracking will teach you how to have control over your mouse. It will improve your aim's consistency to help you maintain a steady crosshair on moving targets. It will enhance your target tracking, including moving vehicles and running players. And finally, it will support your spray control when using semi-autos and autos. In my opinion, smooth tracking should be done every single day, even on the days where you don't want to play PUBG.
In conclusion, this is a 10/10 exercise.
Next on, we have the Artful Dodger. This guy will help you track players with crazy movement. As we know, SMGs and shotguns allow players to hit hipfire shots more accurately, even when they are jumping or just spraying and praying. Therefore, this training will help you in having better chances of survival in such scenarios. I would recommend doing this exercise every time you wanna play PUBG for at least 2 to 3 rounds.
In conclusion, a great exercise to have control in unexpected situations in very close quarter combat. Therefore, I give it a solid 9/10. Other tracking scenarios exist and are very helpful, so make sure to explore the ones that require you to ADS and hipfire simultaneously to score points, since they can replicate SMG shooting. Make sure not to choose scenarios with very fast moving targets, since they are not specific to PUBG's movement. In conclusion, these scenarios should be done at least once per aim training session, and for sure, they get a 10/10. Next exercise is sniper flicking. Whether you are a sniper or a DMR person, flicking comes in handy in many long-range scenarios, especially when your opponent is holding a peek. The scenario is advised to be played while zoomed in with your scope. However, I like to combine both unscoped and scoped flicking. Focus on being fast and precise to train your muscle memory and eye coordination for target acquisition. Harder scenarios can be explored and weak points can be addressed by playing only left flicks or right flicks, so explore at your own liking. Since medium to long range fights are dominant in PUBG, these scenarios are highly specific and needs to be done on a daily basis. In my opinion, a 10/10 scenario.
Oh no.
First of all, I'm gonna start by saying that this is not a full definitive aiming guide. There are still many scenarios that needs to be discussed and mentioned, however they will be tackled in a different video. The current skills that you will learn from doing these scenarios will allow you to improve to a certain extent. However, different scenarios and more advanced ones will allow you to take your game to a higher level. The first tip I'm gonna give is to focus on the scenarios that match your playstyle. So for example, if you're a sniper person, put lots of time on flicking and reduce the time you spent on other scenarios. Tip number 2 is to focus on aim training using your preferred mouse handling while playing PUBG. Don't cheat your mouse handling to get higher score in aim training unless you are willing to continue using that mouse handling in PUBG. Tip number 3 is to stay relaxed. The more tension you apply on your mouse, the less you are going to perform well. Tip number 4 is to avoid overdoing it. No more than 10 minutes per scenario at once, and even that is an overkill in my opinion. Otherwise, you will drain yourself. Tip number 5 is to always try to explore different scenarios, but always ask yourself whether they are specific to PUBG or not. Finally, if you feel like you're not improving at all after a few weeks of aim training, try changing the sensitivity first, then experiment with different mouse handling. And after experimenting with all of these, if you're still bad at aiming, then it's time to move on to playing sims. The only reason why I like 3D Aim Trainer is because it is free, very user friendly, and it includes enough scenarios to get me to the level I want to be at. However, feel free to experiment with Kovac or AimLab since their community is bigger and more extensive.